And Mickey, when you're ready.
Hi, I'm Mickey Goldhaber. I'm the lead instigator of the Bay Area Women's Theater Festival. I was inspired to this instigation by my visitation to the National Women's Theater Festival in Raleigh, North Carolina, where my play, The Lady Scribblers, had a reading. And then this play that you're going to see today, The Lady Scribblers, is about the first production of The Innocent Mistress. The festival was also inspired by Martha Richards and her work with women arts and Swan Day, Support Women Artists Now, which was this past Saturday. So it's my pleasure to welcome you to the Bay Area Women's Theater Festival, to the Classical Women Writers Reading Series, and to a Swan event. Please make a donation to the festival when you can. It will appear in the chat. Thank you.
Act 1, Scene 1, Sir Francis Wildlove's chamber.
Searchwell! Get me some small beer. I should have met my old friend and collegian Beaumont who came to town last night, but wine and women drove it clear out of my mind.
Sir, he's here.
Ah, welcome, dear friend. I prithee pardon my omission. Faith, 'twas business that could not be left to other hands.
Women, I suppose.
Even so. Well, by my life, I'm heartily glad to see you.
But you, my friend, run the career your appetite directs. Taste all those pleasures I despise. You can inform me what humour's most in fashion, what ruling whim, and how the ladies are.
Why, Faith, there's no great alteration. The money is indeed very much scarcer, yet what perhaps you'll think a wonder, dressing and debauchery increases. As for the damsels, 3 sorts make a bushel, and will be uppermost. First, there's your common jilts, will oblige everybody.
These are monsters, for sure.
Call 'em what you please, but they are plentiful, I promise you. The next is your kept mistress. She's a degree modester, if not kind to each, appears in her dress like quality, whilst her ogling eyes and too frequent debauches discover her the younger sister only to the first.
This I should hate for ingratitude.
The third is not a whore, but a brisk, airy, noisy coquette that lives upon treating. One spark has her to the play, another to the park, a third to Windsor, a fourth to some other place of diversion. She's not the heart to grant them all favours, for that's their design at the bottom of the treats, and they have not yet the heart to marry her. And that's her design too, poor creature. So perhaps a year, it may be 2, the gaudy butterfly flutters around the kingdom. Then, if a foolish cit does not take compassion, sneaks into a corner, dies an old maid, despised and forgotten. The men that fit those ladies are your rake, your cully, and your beau.
I hope Sir Francis Wildlove has more honour than to find a mistress amongst such creatures.
Gad honest, honourable Ned, I must own I have a fling at all. Sometimes I think it worth my while to make a keeper jealous, frequently treat the coquette, till either she grows upon me or I grow weary of her.
'Tis pity that the most noblest seeds of nature are most prone to vice.
Such another grave speech would give me a fit of the colic.
I find 'tis in vain to tell you my story without I have a desire to be swingingly laughed at.
Nay, why so? I'd sacrifice my life to serve a friend.
to confess the truth. I'm in love.
Is that such a wonder? Why, I have been so 1,000 times, old boy.
Aye, but desperately, virtuously. Are you not acquainted with Sir Charles Beauclair?
Yes, intimately.
Then, in short, his lady and a booby brother of hers have got my mistress in their power. She was the daughter of an eminent merchant, one Sir George Venturewell, who, dying, left her to the care of my Lady Beauclair's father. He proved, like most guardians, a great knave, forged a will which gave my Arabella nothing unless she married this two-legged thing, his son. The old fellow is dead, but the sister and brother pretend to manage her.
Oh, your case is desperate, and I fear Sir Charles can do you but little service in't.
Why, he lives with his wife. She is certainly the most disagreeable of the whole sex, has neither sense, beauty, or good manners. Then her humour is so implacable. She hunted her first husband into the Indies, where he died, heaven knows when or how. What the devil made Sir Charles marry her?
Oh, she's vastly rich. He a younger brother, since the estate and title, his family is fallen to him, and I dare swear he'd willingly give a leg or an arm to be freed from the intolerable plague of a wife, whom no mortal can please.
Sir Charles Beauclair is coming to wait upon your honour?
I am glad on't. I fancy there's a sympathy in your humours that will soon excite a friendship. Or for he, notwithstanding the provocation of an ugly scolding wife at home, and the temptation of a good estate, and a handsome fellow into the bargain, instead of making his life easy with jolly bone aromas, dotes on a platonic mistress, who never allows him greater favours than to read plays to her, kiss her hand, and fetch heart-breaking sighs at her feet. With her he is obliged, his charming niece, to be almost always, faith, nothing but the horrible fear of matrimony before my eyes keeps me from loving Mistress Beauclair. She is pretty without affectation, has but just enough pride to become her, and gravity enough to secure her from scandal. To all this add £12,000 in ready money.
And is not that last the most prevailing argument, Frank?
No, Sir Charles, chains of gold won't tempt my freedom from me. But here's a gentleman, fixed in the dull matrimonial road. He's my particular friend, and labours under the pangs of disappointed love. 'Tis in your power to assist him in his delivery. I know you are a compassionate in these cases.
Yeah, you may promise for me to the utmost. I am ready.
Dear Sir Charles, lend me one guinea more. The estate entailed my father will die, and I shall get an heiress.
Here, take it. Leave lying.
I'll be with you again at dinner.
I don't question it.
Searchwell, has there been no letters for me this morning?
No, sir.
Stay at home, and if there come one, find me out with it.
I will, sir.
Come, Sir Charles. Shall we to the chocolate house? There you shall hear Mr. Beaumont's story.
With all my heart. Hark you, Sir Francis. I have an entertainment of excellent music promised me this afternoon. You know I cannot have it at my house, so I've borrowed some apartments of obliging Mrs. Bantam, the Indian woman, and will try to prevail with the ladies to come.
Oh, dear Sir Charles, introduce me.
Oh, you'll think your hours thrown away in company of civil women.
Faith, I scarce dare trust your niece's eyes. They gain too much upon my heart.
Now you talk of romances. In truth, I think I'm a perfect knight-errant, for besides my own lady, I'm in quest of another fair fugitive, by the desire of her father. Have you not heard of the death of my Lord Belmore's heir, and absence of his only daughter, Miriamne?
Yes.
The old lord has given me her picture, and with an earnest petition that I would endeavour to find her. He pressed me so, I could not refuse it, though I have small probability of my side.
She's now a prodigious heiress. What could be the meaning of running from all her friends?
Too studious for her sex, and fell upon the seducers of the women, plays and romances. From thence she formed herself a hero. Whilst her father, without consulting her, provided a husband. This man she called Monster, and finding the marriage unavoidable, took her jewels and what money was in her power, and in the stagecoach fled to this populous wilderness.
I pity her, for I hate an innocent inclination crossed.
Sir, your coach is ready.
Allons, gentlemen.
Act 1, Scene 2, Belinda's apartment.
In vain I fly to books. The tuneful numbers give me not a moment's ease. In vain I've strove to walk in virtue's high, unerring paths. Blind, rash, inconsiderate love has pushed me from the blissful state and fixed me struggling midst 10,000 dangers. Here, sweet bard, thou suits me well.
Poor disconsolate damsel. Come, leave this soft melancholy poetry. It nurses your disease.
You indeed, like a bright ray of comfort, shoot through my endless night. He's ever here. I feel him busy at my heart. And when the wished minute of his approach comes on, every artery catches the convulsive joy. Do not you think me mad?
A little crazed or so, my dear.
Bedlam ere this had been my proper mention if your sweet company had not composed my jarring thoughts and given the warring torments intervals of rest.
I must confess, though I am wild to the verge that innocence allows, yet when my uncle, that dear good man, told me if ever I meant to oblige him, I must be companion, friend, and lover of his mistress, the proposition startled me. But then I did not think there had been such a mistress as my Bellinda, nor platonic love in real practice.
True, my dear friend, our love is to the modern age, unpracticed and unknown. Had not fate fixed a bar unpassable between us, how should I have blessed the accident that brought us first acquainted?
You never told me the story.
In short, 'twas thus. Coming from the play, a fluttering fellow seized me, and spite of my entreaties grew rudely tiresome. Sir Charles, being near, saw my unfeigned concern and generously made the brute desist, then led me safely to a coach. Observing where I bid the coachman drive, he came to wait upon me. I found his conversation nicely civil and full of innocent delight. I blushed and fondly thought that this man destined for my happiness. But oh,
he was married, and that spoiled all.
Therein I can only accuse him of deceit. He kept his marriage a fatal secret till I had lost the power to banish him.
I prithee, dear Bellinda, where wert thou bred? I am sure this lewd town never gave you such nice notions of honour.
My friendship bars you of nothing but inquiring who I am.
'Tis true, I beg your pardon and am silent.
Only this I'll tell you, madam, and as a warning. Never resolve, although you think it fully in your power to keep your resolution. Mark it in me. I that thought to have stood the fairest pattern of my sex and would have blotted all the annals of guilty love, yet now am lost. Fonder of Beauclair than of family or fame, yet know him married and divine in human laws against me.
But no more of this. How do you like your new lodgings? The house is very large. Have you no good neighbours?
Thou art a little gossip to trouble thy head with other people's affairs. I heard news of you, madam, the other day. They say you are in love for all your seeming indifference.
Yes, a troth, I am a little that way inclined. But my spark is indeed too far from your Cassandra rules. Truly, Sir Francis Wildlove is too mad even for me. Though the devil's in it, I can't forbear thinking of the Rambler.
Your virtue and beauty may reclaim him.
It may be so, but I doubt he don't like reforming so well as to try it.
Cheerful and thy mind at ease, happy girl.
My blessing. Oh,
Oh, my fate, which I should but cannot curse.
whoa.
Oh,
Oh, cousin. Oh. Oh. I am glad to find you here. You shall help me persuade Bellinda to go abroad. I have promised you both to bring Mrs. Bottom. I have promised to bring you both to Mrs. Bottom's. I have provided a trifle of dinner and excellent music for digestion. There's only a country gentleman and Sir Francis. I know you love Sir Francis, niece.
You may be mistaken, sir. Grant I did. Would you have me meet him? Dear uncle, don't make me so ridiculous.
Oh, I thought, niece, you durst have trusted me with your conduct. My friends are no brainless beaux, no lady Lowbers that extend innocent favors and bespatter the reputations they cannot ruin.
Then you think your friend Sir Francis a very modest man.
No, my dear, but your wildest men, if they have sense, as I am sure he has, know how to treat women of honor.
Nay, I'm soon convinced. What say you, madam?
I will go, for perhaps, Sir Charles, you think I've only invented fears of being known. But surely you'll find if any accident discovers me, I shall be seen by you no more.
Seen by you no more. Oh, yes, I shall see thee, though barred by foreign or domestic foe, set on thy side by father or husband, on mine wife and children, I'd rush through all nature's ties to gaze on thee, to satisfy the longings of my soul and please my fond desiring eyes.
Chide him, Beauclair, let him not talk thus.
Before he came, you were at it. What can I say to two mad folks?
Your servant, ladies. Sir Charles, is it not dinner time? I am as hungry as a
Horse. I know the old expression.
How hast thou of late disobliged my niece that she's so severe upon thee?
only to her ladyship a truth she could not bear.
A truth from thee? I rather think I could not hear it.
I said the she-wit was as great a wonder as a blazing star, and as certainly foretold the world's turning upside down. Yet, spite of that, the lady will write.
Brute, what did I ever write, unless it was thy character? And that was so adroit, you had like to hang yourself.
For my sake, cousin, forbear.
Let him take pet and not come to dinner today. If he thinks fit, 'tis not I that care.
No, I will come.
That I would have sworn. Will you come, madam, and put on your things?
Dear Spendal, I must beg of you to step to our house. I made my wife a kind of promise to dine with her today.
What shall I say?
Say I'm gone to court. She loves the thought of being great, though most unfit for her.
But you know you promised to carry her daughter, Miss Peggy, with you next time you went thither.
True. Say I am gone to Tower.
Are you ready?
Oh, I'm cold. Say anything the devil puts in your head.
Yes, I shall say what the devil puts in my head, but not what you expect. Am I not then ungrateful? Has he not for several months fed, clothed, and supported me? But what for? To be a mere letter carrier, an honorable pimp for platonic love? He shall find I can employ my parts better. He trusts me for his pleasure, and I'll betray him for mine. Ha, Lywell, why you come hither?
I saw Sir Charles and the ladies go out. Besides, I want money. I did not serve you so when I was in my Lord Worthy's family.
Prithee, don't be so sad. Here's a crown for thee, but I expect some service for it. Is there ever a strumpet in your catalogue so well bred as to write?
All the whores in town can scrawl, if that will do.
Let one of them send immediately a nameless letter to my lady Beauclair and inform her that Sir Charles will be today at Mistress Banson's with a whore between 3 and 4. By that hour, lest she come too soon and disturb our dinner. Well, the heiress is coming. I shall make the amends.
When you marry Mistress Beauclair.
Hang her. I hinted love but once, and she has abused me ever since. I have no luck with the wits. Now I have better chase in view. A wealthy fool, a fool. Come with me and I'll instruct you further.
Act 1, Scene 3, Flywife's apartment.
Oh, how happy am I to breathe again my native London air. I vow the smoke of this dear town delights me more than all the Indian groves.
Then your ladyship like not the Indies?
How was possible I should? Our beau was the refuse of Newgate, and our merchants the offspring of foolish plodding chits.
Why winch you, madam?
So great is my opinion of your faith, I dare trust you with all my past life. I was a forward girl, bartering what I had not the wit to prize, and never to be recovered fame, was still maintained in finery, idleness, and darling pleasure. But the deceitful town grew weary of me sooner than I expected, and I, sick of that, seeing other new faces preferred before me. So picking up some monies and a handsome garb, I ventured to Jamaica.
Madam, I hear my master unlock his study.
Oh, heavens, and this foolish story puts Sir Francis Wildlove's letter quite out of my mind. Have you read as I directed?
Yes, madam.
Oh, give me the letter and begone. I would not have him think us great. Oh, come, Bobby. Dearest Bobby, will you go into the dining room? Bobby, darling, can you hear me?
Yes, and you, methinks, are ready too, madam. Beyond the sea, 'twas a courted famous, dressed seldom and careless. But since arrived at this damned town, no cost nor pains is spared. Curse upon my doting folly that listened to you in your prayers, and, spite my oath and strong aversion, brought you back to the high road of hell.
Is then my tried constancy suspected? Did I for this deny the richest planters of the place who courted me in an honest, lawful way, and would have parted with their wealth dearer than their souls to have called me wife, whilst I, slighting all their offers, gave up my unsullied bloom to you, only on your protested love? Leaving Jamaica, fled with you to a remoter world because you said your circumstance was such that if you lived with me, your English friends must believe you dead.
Well, and what was my return to all this boasted kindness? You may remember, madam, your cargo was sunk so low 'twould scarce afford at the next ship's approach another London topping, when I, without a hated lock for life, poured on ye more riches than all your husband pretenders joined together could aim at. Gave you such a separate fortune that indeed I was forced to obey your desires in coming to England, lest you should do it without my leave.
Well, thou art a good boy. Prithee, no more wrangling, Fabby. I vow and swear tomorrow I'll be as great a slattern as ever was, if that will please you, so will I.
Aye, and want to go out today for all the gazing fops to admire, though I have told you I can't appear till I have inquired into my affairs. Then tomorrow, if you stay at home with me, sackcloth will serve turn.
No, you are so frobbish. Oh, if I was your wife, sure, Fabby, you would not be so jealous.
My wife, quoth I. Oh, no. I was once bewitched, but I found such a plague that, no more wives for me, I say.
Well, I'll be anything to please Fabby. Will you go in? Our breakfast will be cold.
I'll follow you. What's here? A sonnet, I warrant. Her gaping abroad has brought this. A letter of her own, only the hand is scrawled to disguise it. If I were convinced your passion was real, perhaps you might have no cause to complain. Fine advancing devil. Be constant and discreet. You'll find none of our sex ungrateful. By thy burning lust, this damned lie, for thou art thyself a most ungrateful jilt. I'll catch her now, ere the devil can be at her elbow to invent a lie. And if one wheedling tongue does not destroy all my senses, she shall feel my rage. Is it possible in nature to be happy with a woman or without a woman? If they are virtuous, they are peevish, ill-natured, proud and coy. If fair and complacent, they please well. For then, by heaven, they are false as hell.
Act 2, Scene 1, Flywife's apartment.
I can't forbear laughing at your great concern.
Oh, madam, if you did but see what a passion my master was in, you would not be so merry.
Oh, mind what I say, and fear not. I warrant you shall have the letter again, and liberty to find Sir Francis Wildlove with it.
Madam, he comes.
Well, be sure you do it handsomely. Speak, hussy.
Madam! Pray, search again. I have been a month writing on it, and took it out of a book too. The man has sent me 40 before I could make shift to answer one till now.
Prithee, don't tease me. I dropped it, 'tis gone. I'll write another for you, since you say the man is for a husband and can so well maintain you. Be quiet!
Is this faith? Oh, not improbable. 'Tis not my damsel's hand. Now I have considered it again.
I had rather lost my best petticoat by half.
Cease your noise or leave the room.
What's the matter? Having no occasion for a quarrel will be money in my pocket, I am sure.
Why, Fabby, this foolish wench, it seems, has a country lover, and begged of me to direct a letter to him, which in truth I have lost. So she howls, that's all, Fabby.
And I have found it. Oh, come, Jenny, to make amends for your sorrow, I'll write the superscription. Whither is it to go?
Madam.
I think I remember. To Geoffrey Scatterlove at the Bull Inn in Cambridge. So seal it and carry it for these silly girls. We never think it's safe unless they give it into the post house themselves. But make haste.
Have I got thee again, my dear sweet letter?
A very raw, foolish girl, this, my dear.
Faith, Puggy, there had like to have been a quarrel. I was almost afraid that the letter was a piece of gallantry of yours.
You are always suspecting me, when heaven knows I am such a poor, constant fool. I never so much as dream of any man but my dear Bobby.
Oh.
Bobby, let it go.
Oh, no, I'll run away.
And then I'll follow and let him sure prevail. Oh, had my sex but half my cunning, the deceivers would find themselves deceived. From my gallants I never found, but gave them killing charms. Fools. When we love, our liberties we lose, but when beloved, with ease we pick and choose.
Act 2, Scene 2, Sir Charles Beauclair's house.
Brother, I say you're a fool.
Fool in your face. I'm no more a fool than yourself. What would you have a man do? What? I understand law. I won't hang for your pleasure.
Yes, you understand law. Do you understand parting with a good estate, which you must do if you add this Arabella? Don't tell me of necessaries. I say you shall marry her.
Aye, but the craft will be in the catching, as the saying is. Why, I went but in now to take her by the hand, as the poet has it, and she threw a whole dish of scalding hot tea full in my face, dish and all. Cousin Peggy saw her. She called her all the names in Christendom. She'll tell you the same.
Oh, poor Peggy. She don't love to see you abused. With that minx like Peggy, you were but too happy. She has the Lord knows how many sweethearts. There's the squire, what do you call him?
So now she's upon her daughter's sweetheart. She'll ne'er have done.
Oh, there's Sir John Empty and Mr. Flutter and Captain Noisy. Oh, they say the finest things to her. But the wench is so coy, and my rogue of an husband will let none of them come home to her, but calls them fops and boors and Lord knows what.
Oh, Lord, bores. Beaux, you mean?
What? Well, she has all sorts, and if there be 20 women in company, all the rout is made about her. And the girl doth so blush, I vow, and swear, I swear, it makes her look woundy handsome. Oh.
Aye, you called me fool, but I'll be hanged if you don't make a fool of her. Mark the end on it. Marry her to some honest tradesman. That's fittest for her.
Oh, pray don't trouble your musty pate about her. No, she scorns a citizen. She would not have my lord's son. She's a gal of discretion, and I was married young too, you know, and I looked after my first husband's affairs.
True, till he went the Lord knows whither to be quiet.
Indeed, this young fellow is not worthy the name of a husband. I have a good mind to let the whole world know what a deceitful piece 'tis.
Mother?
Oh, what's the matter, child?
Here's Mistress Arabella does nothing but jeer and abuse me. She says eating between meals will spoil my shape, and I snatched a book out of her hand, and she said a primer was fitter for me.
Oh, I'll never endure this. How dare she affront my daughter?
So I'm like to have a fine life, nothing but scolding and noise. For my part, I'd rather not marry at all. If she is thus randy beforehand, what will she be afterwards?
Yes, yes, you shall marry her, and we'll tame her too. I warrant you.
Here she comes as mad as a turkey cock.
Why am I used thus? Your servants are forbid to call me either coach or chair. Are you my jailer? You oath I speak to.
Mistress, would be better for you if you had other words in your mouth, I'll tell you that.
You shan't gallop your...
Oh, Peggy, let me speak. What's the reason, Mistress Arabella, you take this privilege here? You know your fortune is at our disposal. So shall your person be, else you must expect nothing.
Had I heard but your characters, I'd sooner have been exposed a beggar in this inhospitable world than e'er set my feet within your doors.
I'd have you know our correctors, our honest correctors. I wish yours would prove so.
Don't provoke me, I say. Don't.
Why? You won't beat me. I hear there's a sensible man amongst you. I'll appeal to him if you'd let me see him.
Ha, that's my husband, you mean? No, you shan't see him, nor such as you are, if I can help it.
What? Would you see my father-in-law to tell lies and stories to him? No, don't mistake yourself.
Away, you smell of aqua mirabilis.
Oh, impudence! She smell of strong water, she hates it. Oh, come here, Peggy, let me smell. Thy breath used to be as sweet as any cow's.
What shall I do? I've been at my mother's bottle. I won't come to satisfy her, nor you neither. What ails ye, do you know?
No, don't, miss. Well, since I must have neither attendance nor conveniency, I'll go afoot.
Hold ye, you are not gone yet, as the saying is.
Was ever usage like this?
Oh, your usage has been but too good, let me tell you that. I'll show you such usage as you deserve. Eugenia, here, lock up Mistress Flippant in the dark room.
Lock her up, I say.
Yet Mistress Bella be ruled by me. Give me one sweet look and let me take a honey kiss, and you shan't be locked up. No, you shan't be locked up, but go abroad with me and have your belly full of cakes and custards. Shall I? Shall I?
There's the kiss. And for a look, I wish my eyes were basilisks.
Oh, Lord, Mother, how she swears.
Oh, my chops, my chops. Lock her up, hang her. She's a fury.
Abominable! Come hither. Oh, has she hurt ye?
Oh, Eugenia, last night when you heard my story, you in gentle pity wept. Assist me now, or I'm lost.
Have patience, madam, and believe me yours.
I say, keep the key yourself. I don't like her greatness with the maid.
'Tis locking up. I fear 'tis against the law, sister.
I fear nothing. Are you not a squire and rich? You're above the law.
Ah, but knights have been hanged. I dread hanging. I tremble always when I think on it.
Oh, hanged? There's no danger of being hanged. What, are you no courage?
Yes, I have courage, and that she shall find. My injuries, as I have read it, steal my eyes. Mistress Arabella, I could swear the peace against you and have you before a justice. I will spare you the shame and punish you myself. Come along.
Resistance is in vain. but I will be revenged or kill myself.
Away with her! Away with her!
I take heaven and earth to witness. I believe you designed to murder me.
There's no such design. Besides, your witnesses are not valid. I never heard their evidence go in any trial in all my life.
No, it's not to murder ye, but to make ye better.
I'm glad she's to be locked up, for had any gentleman come to see me, she's so pert, her tongue would have been running.
Here I have her double locked, if faith, neither window nor mousel in the room. Gentil, fetch my cloak.
Shall I wait on you, sir?
No, no, stay at home. And if anyone asks for Mistress Arabella, say she does not lodge here.
Yes.
God be with you, sister.
Oh, mother, yonder's Mr. Spendal a-coming. He's grown very fine of late.
Aye, and if he would leave your father's company and make out what he says about his entailed estate, the man is not to be despised.
My Lady Beauclair, you're most humble. Dear pretty creature yours.
Oh, my Lord, Mr. Spendal, what do you do? Well, I wonder Peggy endures it. I vow and swear, Mr. Spendal, knights presume no farther than to kiss the tip of my daughter's little finger, and you make nothing of her lips.
How? Make nothing of them. Pardon me, madam. I put them to the use nature design. They're sweet as, and as soft as. God, I must taste them again to raise my fancy.
Oh, you're a strange man.
But let it be as like that as you can, for methinks that is very pretty.
Does the fool think I shall make it extempore? However, I have one pretty merit as it happens. I'll rather expose myself than not endeavor to divert you, madam.
Now, to leave with fooling, where's my husband?
I know not. I haven't seen him these 2 days. Here my father writes to me, if I will take it up, a healed man's expression, and find a virtuous woman with a fortune. He will give me £3,000 down and settle 800 a year. And faith, I am trying to obey the rich path and wean myself from my old friends in the dear pot.
Aye, you do very well, Mr. Spendal. I should be overjoyed to see you take up, and perhaps a fortune may be found. I'll say no more. But a thorough reformation will produce strange matters I'd little thought of. But I'll say no more.
Your ladyship must not say a word of this to Sir Charles, for then he'll forbid me the sight of this dear creature, whose charms alone have the power to work the mentioned reformation.
Oh, no, fear not that. I hadn't so many friends to go the ready way to lose them.
For my part, I don't love father so well to tell him anything of us.
Madam, here's a penny post letter to your ladyship.
Oh, to me?
I warrant 'tis to me from some spark.
Oh, no. Stand away, hussy. 'Tis distracted to my Lady Beauclair, Mistress Banter, the Indian house. Oh, read it, Mr. Spendal. Some mischief, I believe.
Though unknown, I cannot forbear, in justice to your ladyship's merit, informing you that Sir Charles at 4 o'clock will be with a mistress at Mistress Bantam's. Use your discretion, but assure it is a truth.
Oh, the villain, the rogue, the confounded whore. Oh, I'll tear his and her eyes out. Oh, he's at home. He's sick. He's headaches, and he must lie alone. Oh, Mr. Spendal, if I should tell you the naked truth, you'd say he was a Billiane too. I've often told him his own with tears, and the brazen-faced Villiane has forsworn it. Oh, my husband with a whore! Oh, I have no patience. I'll go there immediately and stay till he comes.
I do, Mother, and I'll go with you and help to pull their eyes out.
Are you both mad? Why, all their love, Sir Charles, to that degree they'd watch and turn him back. You'd never conceal your passion. The only way is to come after them. Then you'll certainly surprise them.
Oh, that's true. Well, good Mr. Spendal, stay and comfort me. I fear I shall have my fits, and then, oh, no two men can hold me. Oh.
I would, with all my heart, and esteem myself happy to serve you. But my father has sent me 20 guineas for a token, and if I don't get this minute, the man will be gone out of town and carry him back with him.
Oh, nay, that's not to be neglected. Come, child, we'll go to my cousin Prattles and tell her this news. Oh, my husband with a whore! Oh, I cannot bear it! Ah.
I must seize a kiss, else I shall faint before I see you again.
Pish, pish, I think the man's distracted.
Is this a time? And my husband's with a whore? I wish my nails were twice as long for her sake. Oh, child, thy father was another guest man at this, though he had faults too. Well, come away. Your servant, Mr. Spendal.
Your servant, sir.
Oh, my husband with a whore! Oh!
Ladies, your most obedient slave. Thus far, affairs go on as I could wish. Now, if my lady does but abuse Bellinda till it come to parting between Sir Charles and she, then, mine as being out of his tuition, I fear not her falling into mine. She's damned silly. Well, her wealth makes it up. Now for dinner.
Act 2, Scene 3, St. James Park.
This walk at the park has done me good.
It was very refreshing.
Is not this better now, dear Bellinda, than reading and sighing away every beauteous morning?
Yes, if at each gazer the conscious blushes would forbear to rise. If I could look upon this object of my love and virtue and not shrink back, it were true happiness.
My lovely charmer, let me call this day mine and oblige you to be cheerful.
I'll warrant you, by and by, we'll be as merry as you know the title that sticks a hand, Uncle. Ha! Yonder's Sir Francis Wildlove. For heaven's sake, step behind the trees whilst I clap on my mask and prowl towards Rosamond's pond, and he, no doubt, pursues.
What's there? A woman, well-shaped, well-dressed, masked and alone. The handkerchief dropped. A fair invitation. Oh, a deuce take her agility. She's been too nimble for me. However, I'll venture. Madam, by your remaining when the whole army of beauties are retired, I should guess you pick here for a particular prize.
Then I suppose you have vanity enough to think your well-rigged pinnacle worth securing.
Faith, child, I hope you would not find the freight disagreeable.
Now I could not have thought such a hopeful, proper gentleman would have been straggling in the park at this hour. What, no lady of quality nor miss that appears like one to lead out today?
Shall I tell you the truth?
Yes, if you can find it in your heart.
Why then, Faith, I have an appointment, and that with ladies, nay, and music. Yet, if you'll be kind, my dear chicken, they shall wait for me in vain. By heaven, a charming side face.
Stand off, or I vanish. But tell me, what makes you so indifferent to your first engagement? The women are old, I suppose.
Alas, very buds, my dear.
Ugly, then.
Beautiful as angels.
What can be the matter?
Don't you guess? Why, they are virtuous. I have a mistress there. Confound me if I am not damnably in love with her, and yet could never get myself in a vein serious enough to say one dull, foolish, modest thing to her.
Poor gentleman. Suppose you practiced before you went and fancied me the lady.
A match.
With arms across.
And the looks of an ass I begin. Oh, madam! How is that sigh?
Pretty well.
Ah, behold the humblest of your slaves. See the martyr of your frowns. Those arms must heal the wounds your eyes have made, or else I die. They must! They must!
Oh, halt! Sir Francis! Sir Francis!
Oh, heavens! Mrs. Beauclair! Madam, I humbly ask your pardon.
It is easily granted. 'Twas a frolic of my own beginning.
This generosity wholly subdues my wandering heart.
Have a care of getting into the dull, foolish, modest road, Sir Francis.
No more of that, dear madam.
I believe dinner stays. Where's your friend, Mr. Beaumont?
He'll be there before us.
Let us to our chairs. I've prepared a fabulous evening. Are you all ready for this fabulous?
Indeed, uncle, but I do see some serving girl I don't recall seeing before.
Serving girl?
Sir, the lady that came lately from the Indies, whom you've seen at the play, sends you this. The oddness of the superscription she'll explain to you.
Oh, the charming angel. Dear girl, accept my acknowledgement and step behind those trees whilst I lead my mother and aunt into their chairs. I'll be with you in a moment.
Oh, the wretched libertine. But to take notice on't would show too much concern.
Sir Francis, where are you?
Here, at your elbow, Sir Charles. Madam, may I presume to lead you to your chair?
Yes, sir, though I believe, as your affairs stand, you could bait the ceremony.
The greatest affairs in Christendom should not hinder me from waiting on your ladyship.
No, Faith, they are not the shape of motherly and elderly aunts. I'll not stay here, but watch where they go and tell my lady what a rambler she chose.
Act 2, Scene 4, a house.
So, with much coaxing, I have got my jealous fellow to let me go out this afternoon on the pretense of buying things and seeing an old aunt. If this wench would come and tell me where the mad spark will be, I'll venture to give him the meeting. Ha! Jenny, have you found him?
Yes, madam, but I perceive he's a sad, wild man. He was engaged with 2 masks, and fain have flammed me off 'twas his mother, but I saw their mien and dress, they were young.
What said he to you?
Seemed much pleased, but shy, bid me stay and promised to return presently. I thought I should do your ladyship more service in seeing where they went, so I dogged them to Mistress Bantam's, our neighbour, and housed them all there.
Ah, very good. And by, I'll to Locket's and send for him. I fancy I know the gentleman's humours so well that he'll certainly forsake old acquaintance for those of a newer date. He seemed eager and pleased, fierce and fond, and swore my charms were Unequaled. Yet sure he'll meet when love and I invite, for love's his God and leads him to delight.
Act 3, Scene 1. Sir Charles Beauclair's lodgings.
Whither so fast, Mistress Eugenia?
Stop me not! I'm upon an act of charity trying to free the immured lady. I've been picking up all the rusty keys in the house in hopes to accomplish it.
Why, you lose your place?
Place? There's not one in the family understands a grain of civility, except Sir Charles. And if he speaks to me, my lady pulls my head clothes off. Come. I know you don't love that lovely coxcomb, your master. Join with me, assist in Arabella's liberty and recover her fortune, and I dare engage she'll make ours. Besides, to tell you the truth, I have received 10 guineas today from one Mr. Beaumont to endeavour her freedom.
Oh, that's a most prevailing argument, I confess. What I do is for your sake, Mistress Eugenia.
Ah, in hopes to go snacks with the gold? Gentil. Well, stay here. I'll return immediately. 'Tis done!
Well, thou art a rare girl. Oh, if thou couldst but just conjure now and get the writings of my estate for me. £500 should be thy own next moment went.
Say you so, madam? God, I'll turn devil, but it shall be done.
Why, what would that signify to you, fool?
Well, mind the lady's business, and let me alone to take care of yours.
First, let's take care of the squire. Gad, if I don't manage that booby, I'll give you leave to cut my apron and make a slobbering bib on it.
Well, what's your contrivance?
Why, I'll go in again, pour down a bottle of red ink I know of, make all fast, and swear he has murdered ye. A cross old woman lately, to whom he would give nothing, told him she read it in his phiz that he would come to be hanged, which the superstitious fool has ever since been afraid of. Very indifferent circumstances will confirm that fear and bring him to a compliance.
My better angel, has a lucky feast, it looks like thee. But how must I be disposed of?
If you please to go to Mistress Beauclair's, Sir Charles's niece. She's a woman, cheerful, witty, and good, and will assist you in everything.
I've heard so well of her. I dare venture to be obliged to her. Come, let's make haste.
Gentil, get the back door open and let none of the servants see us go out.
Come then. I long to quit the house I have been so ill used in.
Act 3, Scene 2, the India House.
A deuce of all ill luck. I've lost my face. I have lost my little ambassadress from my dear Indian queen. 'Twas a charmer. How can an old curmudgeon have the impudence to hope he should keep such a lovely creature to himself? For a husband or collie, I find by her discourse she has, and by the description she hates him, which is a good step for me.
Sir, all the company is coming into this room to hear the music.
Ah, God, so are they. Then I must wait upon Mrs. Beauclair down. Sarah, you are a purblind dog not to find a pretty letter carrier.
I think I see a woman as soon as another. Else I am sure I were not fit for your honour's service. I swear she was not in the park. I searched it 3 times over.
What a comparison the puppy has. Dear, if you do not find her out, I shall discard you for an insignificant blockhead, for I am damnably and desperately in love with her mistress.
Lord, desperately and damnably in love with her. I never saw her but twice at a play. And then she was in a mask. I'm harassed off my legs after 'em. The pox, the plague that belongs to 'em. Consume 'em all, I say.
Ladies, how do you like your small regalia?
Extremely, for aught I know, Sir Charles. You may repent showing me the way to gad abroad.
You are thoughtful, Frank.
Would you have him brisker, uncle? 'Tis but my clapping on a mask, and 'tis done. Sir Francis, do I wrong you? Have not I seen you at a play slighting all the barefaced beauties, and hunting a trollop in a mask with the pains and pleasure? Nay, more for her gaping nonsensical banters and neglecting immortal Dryden's eloquence, or Congreve's unequalled wit.
Faith, madam, I must speak freely. Though you are a woman of quality and my friend's niece, you talk so prettily. 'Tis pity you should not do it often in a mask. But then again, you are so pretty. 'Tis pity you should ever wear one.
I did not design by railing to beg a compliment.
My Lady Beauclair will be here straight. I'll enlarge her.
What desert us, Jack? Though the ladies won't drink, you may.
I beg your pardon, Sir Charles. I have made an assignation with some women of quality of my acquaintance.
Women of quality? What, your laundress's daughter? Or some pert, fleering, tawdry thing of a shop, vain and proud to lose what she understands not, her reputation? She also brags she's coming to quality when she meets you.
I shall not expose their names to convince your ladyship of their rank.
Oh, by no means to bar the gentleman of his quality.
You see, the ladies are willing to dismiss you, Jack.
I'm their very humble servant.
Oh, ye lie, ye damned queen. Here he is. He's here. Oh, and his minion with him. Oh, let me come at her. Oh,
Oh, hell, fires! Oh, my wife! Oh, madam, why all this rage? Don't you see my niece? The other is a friend on hers, a woman of honor.
your niece is a pimp, and she's a whore. Oh, mark her, Sarah. Gillian. Oh.
Fly, my Bellinda, from her brutal
my
rage, whilst I wedlock slave stay and appease this hateful storm.
'Tis but what I ought to have expected. 'Tis just I should be punished to prevent my being guilty.
Dear Beaumont, carry this injured lady off, whilst we bear the brunt.
Go to my lodgings, child.
Anywhere to death or hell, if there be greater hell than what this bosom fears.
Oh, I believe my mother's dead.
You know the contrary. These fits are new trick nature has furnished the sex with. Heretofore, tears and smiles were the highest part of their dissimulation could attain.
There's some water.
I'll give her some wine, else she'll disoblige her more to my knowledge than the fits.
And well thought on. I'll steal behind and drink a glass of wine. My stomach's a-cold.
Oh, no, villain, devil, I'll drink none of your wine. It may be poisoned.
Oh, you had not lost all your senses. You could hear, I find.
Rogue, and I'll make thee feel. I'll tear thy linen hair and cursed eyes.
Oh, madam, as I'm a gentleman, use me like one.
Sir Francis, here's an excellent argument on your side. Here's matrimony in its true colours.
No, madam, her carriage is not a satire on the whole sex. It but sets off better wives.
Yes, you were a gentleman. And that was all. When I married ye, the poor third brother of a knight, 'twas I bought your estate. Must I be abused, Sarah?
Madam, you have not been abused. You know that I was in my nonage married, saw not with my own eyes, nor chose for my unhappy self. Ere I lived with ye, I possessed an estate nobler, a larger far than yours, which you have still commanded. Nay, I have often urged ye to diversions, in hopes it would have altered that unquiet mind, but all in vain.
Oh, diversions? What diversions? Yes, you add me to the playhouse, and then your maitre d', the king of the apothecaries, your Timon atheist, the man in the moon, and all the rest. Nonsense stuff. I hate them.
I need say no more. Now, madam, you have shown yourself.
Shown? Huh? What have I shown? Send for your girl flirt to show. I've shown nothing but a virtuous face.
Oh, all virtue does not lie in chastity, though there's a great one.
Well, cousin, I'm sorry to see you take such courses. I would not have my Peg like you for the vast world. Peg, oh, what a colour this child has got. Fretting for me, I'm afraid, has put her into a fever. Oh.
Come, madam, let's compose these differences. Your anger is groundless, upon my word. Not well, pretty miss? Will you drink a glass of wine?
No, I thank you. I cannot abide it.
Oh, poor girl. She never drinks anything strong, except she's very sick indeed.
And she's very often sick, poor creature, about some 5 or 6 times a day. Madam, shall I wait on you home? I think we may quit this place with the shame enough.
Don't be friends, for Mr. Spendal sent me word he'd meet us in the park. And if father goes with us, how shall that be?
Oh, I daren't intend it. No, hypocrite, you shan't stir a step with me. If thou dost, I'll make a bigger noise below and raise the house about thy ears. Come, Peg.
My aunt's noise is her guard. None dare approach her.
Oh, her going out can't be more ridiculous than her coming in.
Sir Charles, let not your noble courage be cast down.
Outrageous clamors are no news to me, but I dread how my Bellinda may resent it.
I wonder, Sir Charles, you have the patience to live with this violent woman.
Oh, 'tis my fair one's sake, who, nicely jealous, the world would say she had occasioned our parting, has sworn never to see me more if I attempted. Oh!
So the lady you are so damnably in love with sends word, if you disengage yourself from your company, she'll be at Lockett's in half an hour.
Is it so, if faith?
Coxcomb, what need you have spoke so loud? Tell him I'll not wait. Tell him I'll not fail to wait on him. Ha! Well, Sir Charles, you're to Bellinda?
No, I'll first go to home and try to stop the further fury of my wife.
Madam, I had hopes you would have done me the honor to let me wait on you this afternoon, but it has happened so unluckily that an old uncle of mine, to whom I am much obliged.
Oh, I'm your uncle's servant, sir. There needs be no excuse. Your company at this time, a favour I neither expect nor desire.
Will you go in a chair, niece, or in my coach?
A chair, if you please.
To that give us both leave to wait on you.
Pray, give me leave to speak a word to my boy first. Will?
Madam.
Run to my woman and bid her come to her aunt's immediately and bring me the suit Sir Charles made for the last ball and left at my lodgings. Make haste, fly.
I will, madam.
Hang it. 'Tis but one ridiculous thing. I'm resolved to do it. I'll find these pleasures out that charm this reprobate. Money will make all the drawers mine.
I am ready to go.
Madam, be pleased to accept my hand.
Act 3, Scene 3, Mistress Beauclair's lodgings.
Now, madam, you're safe in the lodgings of your friend. Forget the rudeness of the past.
Forget it. Impossible. Her words like poisonous shafts have pierced my soul and will forever dwell upon my memory with endless, painful racks. Yet, look not on me as that vile creature she has represented, but believe me, sir, I engaged my heart too far before I knew Sir Charles was married. When I found my love unjust, how exquisite the torment proved, chilled with watching, sighs, and tears. Yet, spite of my distraction, spite of the rising damps and falling dews, 'twas grown too great to be extinguished till this last storm has torn it by the roots to spring no more.
Every word and looks confirms my thoughts. Madam, this I dare presume to say, both from his character and my small acquaintance, Sir Charles Beauclair has moral virtues to our late English heroes, unpracticed and unknown. Yet, if I might advise, you should never see him more, or only to take an everlasting leave.
Your freedom, I confess, is strange, and your advice is what I had resolved on before.
None but the lovely Miriamni could with such becoming majesty have checked a stranger's boldness.
My own picture.
Turn, madam, and look upon me as your friend. If you would still remain unknown, my breast shall keep this discovery silent and safe as secrets buried with the dead. Your father gave me that picture with desires so tender for your return, I confess they moved me. I undertook the inquiry, though scarce could hope to have succeeded. Since your absence, your brother's dead. Your father says your sight would revive him more than when he first blessed heaven for your happy birth and mother's safety.
My brother dead. Sir, I read in all your words a piercing truth and an unbiased honor. They have set my errors full before me. My fled duty returns, as swift as I will do to this wronged parent. Hang on his aged knees, nor rise till I have found forgiveness and my blessing there.
Though much I wish your honor and your fame secure, yet to part such lovers, whom this lewd age will scarce believe there ever were, grates my very nature.
Oh, let me not look back that way, but generously assist me on. Tell that dear man who witnesseth my disgraces, I value more than all the richest treasures. Tell him, lest he should take it ill of you, that I have confessed my birth and have resolved to fly from him and all the world, and in my father's house remain as in a cloister.
Will he brook the message?
Oh, tell him, sir, that the pangs of parting will scarce excel those my struggling virtue gave at every guilty meeting, for there was guilt. Tell him I have sworn to die if he pursues. I blush to impose all this on you, but if a lover, sure you'll forgive my follies.
I'll tell him all, but I must send him too a parting kiss, at least which must be allowed to such unequaled love.
Not till all is fixed for my remove. Then I once more will see him, though my heartstrings crack. I'll conquer all these criminal fires. I have the goal in view. Bright honor leads me on. That part is glorious. But oh, 'tis painful too. Let me retire and tear him from my doting thoughts, or in the bitter conflict, lose the use of thought.
How strong are the efforts of honor where a good education grounds the mind in virtue. This unexpected hurry has for some moments banished my dear Arabella from my thoughts. Oh, here comes my implement. Well, how goes affairs?
Really, sir, the chambermaid swallowed the guineas as glibly as a lawyer a double fee from his client's antagonist. She's bringing the young lady ever. Eugenia talks of a contrivance that you should instantly appear like a tarpaulin.
Anything to serve my Arabella. We'll meet 'em and receive their instructions.
Act 3, Scene 4, so Charles Beauclair's house.
Sure, the world's all running mad, or else resolved to make me so. At home, I cannot meet with a sensible answer, but oh, what touches the nearest, the dear, the cruel, the charming maid Bellinda will not see me. Oh, how shall I appease the offended fair? Oh, my wife not returned. Where will this end? Gentil, Eugenia, James. Sir, where ye everlasting dormice, will none come near me?
Gadzooks, this Councillor Cobblecase has talked law and drunk claret with me till my brains are topsy-turvy. Gad, I would not have my lady sister see me now for a king's ransom. Though odds bores, I know not why she should, because she's a little older, set her eternal clack a-running upon all my actions.
Sir, my lady and miss are both abroad.
Oh, well, that's well. Why, Gentil, here Cobblecase advises me not to lock up the young woman, but to use her kindly. And gadzooks, I'm in a plaguey loving humor. I'll try her good nature once again. Hold, yonder comes Sir Charles. My sister will never forgive me if I let him see her. He's a well-spoken man. If I durst trust him, he should solicit for me. But then he's so woundy handsome and so amorous, I doubt he'd speak one word for me and two for himself, as the saying is.
You say you will not injure the squire?
No, not in the least. She has sworn never to marry him, and the law will in time recover her rights. Only this may sooner than cheaper.
The lady's free, and I'll neither oppose nor assist it further. Ah, there he stands. How is it, brother?
Very well, I thank you, Sir Charles.
Your servant.
Brother, you never care for my company. You take me for a numbskull, a half-witted fellow, and odds bores. Would you but have me to the tavern, you should find I could drink my glass, break my jest, kiss my mistress with the best of ye. Flesh! Try old Barnaby Cheatall at your next jovial meeting.
You're merry, sir, but I'm in haste.
Odds bores, women and wine, both unwholesome, punish ye. Am not I damnable ingenious, Gentil? Live and learn, sirrah, and be hanged and forget all, as the saying is. What ails me? Hanging never comes in my mouth, but a qualm comes o'er my stomach.
Who would you speak with, sir?
Mistress Arabella Venturewell.
She's not here.
Now by the cannon's fire, 'tis false. I have come 10,000 leagues to see her, and will not be so answered.
A terrible fellow, gadzooks. Pray, sir, what's your business with her?
She's my sister. That's sufficient for your impertinence.
You, the lawful begotten son of Sir George Venturewell, begging your pardon, I believe you are mistaken, friend, in your father, as many a man may be, for Sir George had never any but this daughter.
Oh, I'm not his lawful begotten son, not the weak offspring of...
Oh, Lord, what pains he takes to tell me he's the son of a whore.
Born in India, bred a buccaneer, sword and fire have been my playfellows, and ravishing my pleasure. In far distant worlds I have scattered my rough image, and as my sword has cut off their dull breed, so my vigorous youth has left a race of future heroes.
A very terrible fellow, as I hope for mercy.
Rich with the spoils of long successful war, I have visited this climate in search of Arabella, whom I have often heard my father mention with much tenderness. I am directed hither, therefore do not raise my fury with delays, for cause or not cause, if I am angry, blood must appease it.
Oh Lord, what shall I do? He'll fright me into a Kentish ague. I must speak him fair. Good sir, all your desires shall be fulfilled. Have but a minute's patience. Come along, Gentil, come along and help me. Entreat her to speak him fair, or I am a lost man. I'll wait upon ye in a twinkling, sir.
Works as I could wish. It goes against me to terrify this fool so much, but he deserves it.
Oh, Gentil, what shall I say?
The Lord knows. I don't.
Well, sir, where's my sister?
Alas, I think she's vanished.
How? Do you trifle with my anger? Bring me stories fit for a baby? Blood and thunder! If I unsheath my sword, it finds a scabbard in your guts. Confess, or by the cannon's fire.
I do confess that thinking of your coming and knowing her to be a little wild, lest she should have been out of the way, I locked her up. But what has now become of her by the cannon's fire, the dreadfulest oath I ever heard, I cannot tell.
I shall never hold laughing.
Oh, my conscience, my tortured conscience, I cannot keep it.
What's the matter?
Oh, I went into the room where the lady was locked up, and there's at least a pail full of blood. All the water in the sea will never wash the stains out. I believe Squire Barnaby and Gentil have killed her, cut her to pieces, and carried her away under their cloaks.
Oh, impudence, Lord. Sir, I hadn't the heart to kill a chicken. I always swoon at the sight of my own blood. Speak, Gentil, why thou hast never a cloak. That's a strong proof, sir. Gentil has ne'er a cloak.
Why, then it went all under yours. Besides, Gentil has a large pair of trousers, that I'll swear, for you made him bring my lady home half a venison pasty in 'em. Oh, look at the shoes they have paddled in it.
Right, 'tis so. I'll be revenged. Cut thee small as the first Adams that huddled upon a senseless carcass.
Oh, sir, upon my knees, I beg you'd hear me.
Hold, sir, don't kill the miscreant. That will bring yourself into trouble. Our law will hang him, I warrant ye. What made him order her, being here, to be denied?
Aye, good sir, let me be hanged. That's my destiny. I see there's no avoiding it. Gentil, beg I may be hanged.
Pray, sir, let my master be hanged.
Well, I'll try your law. If that fails, this, I'm sure, never will. How shall we proceed, madam?
I'll go with ye for a man with the staff of authority. He shall order him. The very stones in the street would turn constables to seize such a monster. Kill a pretty lady and cut her to pieces. Oh, horrid!
You are a lying whore, if I just tell you so.
You, hello, come hither.
Run, Gentil, run. Proffer him all I'm worth.
When we are gone, carry him to my lodgings. I have told my landlady the story, and she's provided for him.
It shall be done. Is there no mercy?
Ah, Lord, no mercy.
Well, we'll be with you immediately. Come, madam.
Aye, repent and pray. Do, squire, do.
Oh, Gentil, that ever I was born, that ever I was born. What did he say to thee, Gentil?
He would have had me turned evidence against your worship and confess, but I'll be hanged first.
I'd confess if I thought 'twould do me any good.
What? Confess you murdered her?
Aye, anything, anything, anything. Oh, Gentil, it must be the witch. She has carried her away and spilt the blood that her prophecy might come to pass.
Not unlikely, sir. Sir, I've thought of a thing.
What is, dear Gentil?
Suppose you and I run away before the constable come. I know a friend will conceal you, and then we may hope to make it up or hear of her. I can't think she's murdered.
Nor I neither, except the devil has done it. But let's away, good Gentil. Come, come, hanged, oh Lord! Any of the family of Cheatalls hanged, oh Lord!
Act 4, Scene 1, a room in Locket's.
Well, this is a strange, mad thing, but my old cross fellow will never let me take a mouthful of air. I'm sure you will have an ill opinion of me.
A kind one, you mean, madam. I think you generous, lovely, and all my heart's desires.
My maid has gone, the Lord knows where, for fruit. I swear I tremble coming into a tavern alone.
A glass of wine will recall the fled roses, but here's the nectar thirsty love requires.
Pardon and protect me. I'm pursued by hellhounds and bailiffs, and if taken, inevitably ruined.
The devil take thee and the bailiffs together for interrupting, young dog.
You look with a face as cruel as they, but sure, in those fair eyes, I read some pity.
Very handsome fellow. How came you to be in trouble, sir?
Alas, madam, I was put to an attorney, but longing to turn beau, have half ruined my master and wholly lost my friends. And now am followed by several actions of my tailor, periwig maker, and the long etc. Besides, the swinging is dead. My perfumer, essence and sweet powder has completed my ruin.
'Tis monstrous to cheat honest tradesmen in dressing up a fop. Therefore, unwelcome intruder, I desire you would seek your protection elsewhere.
Nay, you are too severe. The young gentleman in liberty may mend his fortunes and live to pay his debts. He has a promising face.
Your pity, madam, but hastens absence.
Will this fellow I thought I'd so well instructed never come?
Sir Francis, a man out of breath says you must come on what concerns your friend's life.
Oh, the devil's in the dice today. Where is he? What's the matter?
Now impudence and eloquence assist me. What have I done? In seeking to preserve my liberty, I've forever lost it. My inexperienced youth never viewed such charms before, and without compassion, this bondage may be worse than I avoided.
Meaning me, sir?
Nay, I'm a fool for bankrupt in wealth. How can I hope to thrive in love, since scarce any of your fair sex, though merit was thrown into the scales, value a man on whom fortune frowns?
Oh, I think it is the prettiest youth I ever saw. I have wealth enough to supply his wants. What then should debar me?
So she eyes me kindly, I'm sure.
Your looks, sweet youth, plead powerful as your language. And to let you see, I value not riches, the want of which makes you miserable, except this ring. 'Twill stop a creditor's mouth.
Wondrous bounty! Thus encouraged, shall I beg another favour, that you would fly from hence before that angry man returns, lest I fall sacrifice to his jealousy and see those charming eyes no more?
My maid would come. Ah, here she is. Sure you have flown.
I beg your pardon, madam, I now went. Sir Francis gentleman and I were solacing ourselves below and sent a porter for the fruit, till hearing Sir Francis was gone in a great hurry, he ran after his master, and I came up to see what was the matter.
A hopeful mistress and maid, deliver me from these town ladies.
Ungrateful man! On any pretense to leave me!
Ungrateful, monstrous! Had 1,000 friends been dying, they ought all have expired, ere you have suffered a moment's neglect.
This flattery is too gross, young courtier. You must treat me with truth.
All is truth, my heart. My life is yours.
Another spark. Sir, the devil's in my mistress.
Well, sir, I'll consent to your desires, and we'll go from hence at the door towards the park. There's no danger there.
If you are kind, I fear none, madam.
Let me find you what you seek, and you shall brave the world and scorn your debts. Jenny, get me a chair, and show this gentleman the house where we lodge. Then come in, let him ask for you. If you can prevent your master seeing him, do. If not, say it is one you waited upon in infancy. The disparity of years between you considered that may pass.
I shall never like him for this affront. Yes, madam, it shall be done.
Your hand, dear obliging creature. I hear a noise.
Oh, quick, this way. Run you before, and pray one of the drawers for this flask of champagne.
Ha! Gone! So I thought. Eternal dog, you have been helping in this contrivance. Did you take me for a cully, spawn of hell? Have I known this damned town so long at last, to be catched with such gross banter? Speak, sirrah! Who was that impostor that told me my friend Mr. Beaumont was taking up for a Jacobite, and the mob was pulling him to pieces? Speak up.
I'll be damned if I know, sir, but... Where is that drawer?
Unbelievable. Draw!
If I should confess, you'll kill me.
Shut the door, you careless blockhead, whom I charged to watch and let nobody come up to me. Now, sirrah, confess, or I'll make that rogue help me kick thee into mummy.
As I ever hoped to outlive your anger and taste again your noble bounty, I knew nothing of him. Don't kill me.
No.
Truly then, sir, the young spark gave me a guinea to show him the room where your honor was, but I wish I may be hanged if I knew him anything at all, sir, anything as, sir. Good your honor, break my head and forgive me.
Oh, I will not touch thee. Could I expect more from thy sordid soul? Gold corrupts mankind. Begone! This unaccountable jilt has so abused me, I could find in my heart to forsake the gang and lay a penitential dance at the feet of virtue, fair Mistress Beauclair.
Pray heaven keep you in that good mind.
How impudence! Could I but find the young stripling, 'twould be some satisfaction. Hanged if I'm balked both in love and revenge. The cross adventures shall be drowned in brisk champagne. 'Tis the dear glass which eases every smart, and presently does cure the aching heart.
Act 4, Scene 2, outside Mistress Beauclair's lodging.
Oh,
Well, I'm glad I've met with thee.
oh, Lord, madam, I have been in a sad fright for ye and hunted up and down this hour.
All's well. Let's in here. I'll tell you of my adventure.
Oh, then I hope your frolic has been to your ladyship's satisfaction.
Yes. I got Sir Francis' mistress from him, and faith, I was pursuing my conquest and venturing to her lodging, when coming to the house, it proved that where Bellinda lodged, and the lady, I suppose, the merchant's wife. I feared I should meet with mine uncle there, and fairly gave the maid the drop. Come, I long to change these clothes. I'm quite tired of wearing breeches. This way.
Ha! Not that the young devil that abused me. He has entered the house, and I'll be with him presently. Walk hereabouts till I come out.
Yes, sir.
Act 4, Scene 3, inside Mistress Beauclair's lodging.
Are my things ready and a good fire in the room?
Madam, they are.
Peep out and see who knocks.
'Tis Sir Francis Wildlove, and he seems in a fury.
Let him in. I'll do well enough with him. Now get you gone and fear nothing.
So, sir, I suppose you think matters have gone swingingly on your side, and have laughed immoderately at the reflection how those greying years have made a fool of me. But chance has thrown me on thee once again, and now for those feasts of joy an after reckoning must be paid. Young gentlemen, you understand my meaning?
Yes, and will answer it. But hear me first. 'Tis to provoke you I speak. Know then, your mistress was my easy conquest. I scarce had time to say one soft thing before she cried, "Oh, let's fly, sweet youth, ere that rough man returns, and in thy arms forget him."
She's a jilt, and for a well-dressed fop would quit a man that saved her life.
Then this ring was presented. I suppose you may have seen it, adorn thy fair hand, and with 10,000 kisses 'twas whispered, "You shall not want for gold."
Though I value her no more than I do thee, yet I will have thy faith for harbouring so damned a thought that I was fitter for your sport. Come on!
Hold, Sir Francis. I'll not pretend to take your sword, though I could your mistress from thee. See my credentials for my cowardice.
Mistress Beauclair, oh, what a blind puppy am I! Twice in one day, that's hard, i'faith.
Pray, return your lady back her favour.
Madam.
Nay, look not concerned. Upon my word, I'll never interrupt you more. Hug in your bosom the plastered mischiefs. Their blotted souls and spotted reputations no varnish can cover over. Pursue, o'ertake, possess the unenvied amongst the painted tribe. Most worthily bestow your heart.
Ye think so meanly of me. My heart bestowed amongst your sex is shame. No, madam, glorious virtue alone can reach at that. My loving is a diversion I can soon shake off.
That's hard to believe, and I must beg your pardon. I'm in haste to unrig.
Hear me a moment. You have seen my frailties. If, like heaven, you can forgive, a truer penitent or a more constant votary no cruel virgin ever found.
Have a care of the dull road, Sir Francis. Farewell.
Go thy ways for a pretty, witty, agreeable creature. But if I should seduce her into matrimony, I fear the common fate will attend her. Beauty quickly tarnish, and good humour vanish.
Act 4, Scene 4, outside Mistress Beauclair's lodgings.
Ah, Lywell, I am the happiest man alive, almost out of fortune's power.
What does it transport you so?
In short, my lady Beauclair admits her an open rebellion by my persuasion, and to complete my good fortune, I had borrowed 10 guineas of Sir Charles, with the help of which I'll be married to his daughter-in-law within these 2 hours. Canst thou not procure a lawyer's chamber for an hour or 2, and appear with the gravity of a long robe?
With ease.
Canst thou not put on the grey look of a starched counsel?
I'll speak with you immediately. You see, friend, I'm a bit busy. How's that?
Pretty well. Come, about it presently, and I'll bring the ladies to you, as my father's chief lawyer. Be sure you'll tell him you have the settlement of his estate upon me in your hands, and I seem very desirous I should do well.
Act 4, Scene 5, a chamber in the temple.
Sir, a gentleman and 2 ladies are coming up.
It's they. You know your cue.
Young man, is Councillor Smart within?
Sir, he's dispatching some 50 clients.
Well, tell him I'm here.
Yes, sir.
Where's this lawyer? A moment's delay seems an age.
Well, daughter, feel how my heart beats. I'm almost afraid to venture on him for thee.
Don't tell me of your fears. Now you've put a husband in my head. I will be married, so I will.
I'll send thee good luck. Oh, I shall fall in a fit, I believe, whilst thou art marrying.
I fear not marrying, not I.
Sir, I understand the business. What? This is the pretty creature, I suppose, you are about marrying?
Yes, sir.
Oh, Lord, Peggy, you're too forward. Sir, she is my daughter, and she'll be worth £8,000 and better penny. I would not have her cast away, sir.
To be thrown into a young gentleman's arms with a great estate will be a good cast, I take it, madam.
If I were satisfied in that.
Look'ee, madam, I'm a man of business. You see, here's the settlement of his father's estate, £800,000 a year, and some thousands in money, a well-made fellow into the bargain. Let me tell you, madam, such offers don't stick around the hand nowadays.
Pray be quiet. I'm satisfied, so I am.
Will you read 'em, madam?
No, right. Nay, sir, I don't understand lay, but you look like a good, honest man, sir. I dare take you at your word.
Well, you may do what you please, but the dear one and I are agreed. We'll to church without you if you dispute it any longer.
Aye, and so we will. I vow and swear, Mr. Spendal.
Act 4, Scene 6, Flywife's lodgings.
Come, prithee, Peggy, do.
I'm not in humor.
Oh, what? Don't you love none for me?
I hate mankind. What they were in one consuming blaze, though I were in the midst of them.
What? A consuming blaze? What's the matter now? This is some damned increed has gone cross. I heard her bid Jenny come into this room and she'd be with her. That's a queen, I dare swear, at the bottom. I'll creep behind the hangings and hear their discourse.
To be tricked thus by a boy, a booby! Sure, this will humble the damned opinion I have of my own wit, and make me confess to myself, at least, that I am a fool.
Aye, your ladyship was pleased to say I might pass for his nurse. Indeed, I believe he has had as good instructors, for I find he's old enough to be too cunning for his benefactress.
What did he say when you parted?
Madam, I have told you several times. I no sooner showed him the house, but he leaped back and seemed surprised. Then recovering himself, he said he would follow me in. I, according to your directions, watched carefully, but no pretty master came. Nothing vexes me so much as the little dissembling sharper should get the ring.
Pish! I don't value the trifle 3 farthings. What's my doting keeper good for, unless it be to give me more? Oh, but to lose the tempting youth.
Pray, add Sir Francis Wildlove's love to it.
Peace, fool! I'm thinking why the house should startle him. Is not here a fine woman lodges, much retired, and seems of quality?
Yes, madam. I never saw her but once. She's a perfect charmer.
It must be so. This is some purdy devil of hers that durst not venture in for fear his constancy should be suspected. Pray, what you comes to her, dog'em? Do something for my ease.
Madam, I will.
Oh, get me a hackney coach. I'll range the town over. But I'll find Sir Francis Wildlove.
My master will be mad.
Then he may be sober again. Better he mad than I. If he be angry, 'tis but dissembling, a little nauseous fondness, and all's well again. Oh.
If it is so, thou worst offspring of thy Granum Eve. Oh, but I'll stifle my rage, lest without further proof she wheedles me into a reconciliation. Take another coach and follow her, catch her amongst her comrades without the possibility of excuse, and cut her windpipe and send her to hell without the possibility of reprieve. Damn her! Damn her!
Act 4, Scene 7, Belinda's apartment.
The little hurry of my quick remove has took up all my thoughts, and I have not considered what I am about. See him no more? Him whom I could not live without a day, an hour without?
Madam, neglecting even my love, I come to wait on your commands.
Such thanks as an indiscreet and wretched woman can return are yours. What said Sir Charles?
He received the message as wretches that are afraid to die hear the condemning voice. He begs that he may haste to plead his cause, and seems to live alone upon the hopes his love and innocence may alter your resolves.
Oh, stop him, sir. Some moments longer till I'm just ready to be gone. I must fly, or I shall never overcome.
I'll prevent his coming till you send your servant, madam.
Honor and love. Oh, the torture to think they are domestic foes that must destroy the heart that harbors them. I have made a god of my desire, greater than ever the poets feigned. My eyes received no pleasure but what his sight gave me. No music charmed my ears but his dear voice. Can there be greater racks than what despairing parting lovers find? To part when both are true, both would be kind?
Act 5, Scene 1.
He comes. Keep back, full eyes of springing tears. And thou, poor trembling heart, now be manned with all thy strongest, stoutest resolutions. There will be need.
Whither shall I throw me? What shall I say? Mariani hangs like icicles upon my tongue, but Bellinda flows. Oh, Bellinda, I charge thee by that dear name, hear and pity me.
What would you say?
Oh, why, nothing. I do not know that voice. It has stopped the rising words, and I must only answer with my sighs.
Sir Charles, we have both been punished with unwarrantable love.
Punished? Have we been punished? Oh, now by all thy words to come, by all my transports past, all thought of my Bellinda, there's not a pang, a groan, but brought its pleasure with it. Oh, 'tis far happier to sigh for thee than to have enjoyed another.
You interrupt me when I just begin. Granted true, we might have lived till weary grown of one another, till you perhaps might coldly say, I had a mistress.
Oh, never, never.
You cannot guess your future by your present thoughts. In remote and unfrequented shades, I'll pass my solitary hours, and like a recluse, waste the remainder of my wretched days.
And am I the cause of this melancholy penance? If you retire, permit me to follow.
What? Pursue me to my father's house? Fix on my name a lasting blot, a deathless infamy? If by letters, messages, or the least appearance you approach me, I'll fly the kingdom. Or if that's too little, the world.
Oh, methinks you have already left me, and I am got amongst my fellow madmen, yet in every smallest interval of sense calling on my Bellinda.
Oh, noble birth, a censorious world, a mourning father, all plead against thee. Oh, talk no more, lest you force my hand to some desperate act. And yet your words pierce my bosom with greater pain than pointed steel.
Oh, I see you are resolved to my undoing, fixed like my relentless fate. Therefore I'll not urge another syllable, but quietly as dying men, when hopes all pass, quit life and their dearest friends forever and ever leave thee.
Yet we may meet again in peace and joy when this gigantic honor appears no bugbear and our desires lawfully be crowned. It is a guilty thought, nor shall I ever dare to form it to a wish.
Oh, but dost thou think we may? What uncontrollable clasp thee thus? Oh, ecstasy! Oh.
Away, away! What are we doing? Divide him, heaven, from my fond guilty eyes. Set seas and earth and worlds of fire between us. For virtue, fate, and honor with a united cry have doomed that we must meet no more.
Oh, Bellinda! Oh.
Act 5, Scene 2. So Charles Beauclair's house.
Gentil, is the coast clear?
Yes, sir.
Oh, Gentil!
Oh, what's the matter? You look worse frightened than you were.
Oh!
Hark, hark, what's that?
A full and true relation of a horrid and bloody murder committed on the body of Mistress Arabella Venturewell, a young lady by one Squire Barnaby Cheatall and his man Gentil, showing how they locked her up in the dark, then cut her to pieces and carried the pieces away under their cloaks and threw them into Chelsea Reach, where at low water they were found.
The pieces found, Gentil? Oh, Lord!
So it seems, sir.
A full and true relation of a...
Nay, now we shall be hanged for certain. Not the least hopes. Oh, oh.
Come, sir, have a little courage.
To confess the truth to thee, I never had any courage in my life, and this would make the stoutest man tremble. Oh.
I'm thinking, sir, why? We was not at Chelsea Reach that day.
No, but maybe they'll swear we was.
There's only Eugenia can witness against us. Suppose we tried to stifle her evidence with a swinging bribe. I never knew a chambermaid refuse greasing in the fist upon any account.
My dear Gentil, if she inclines, my offer shall be so large that for the rest of her life she shall have nothing to do but to study to make her hands soft, that she may burn all her frippery and be able to spark it with quality.
Sir, I'll send her propositions.
Do. But if the stubborn jade won't comply, appoint a private meeting and stop her mouth with this. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir. I find his conscience would swallow a real murder. Sir, if you please, we'll go in and write what you design to offer her.
Act 5, Scene 3, Sir Francis Wildlove's lodgings.
It's a mad message my lady has sent me with to her lover. I'm afraid he'll kick me for my news. Well, hang it, if he's a gentleman, I'll venture.
Ha! Pretty Mrs. Dresswell, this is a favour I never received from you before. Must I own the blessing only to your goodwill, or is it my happiness greater?
Well, I came from my lady, sir, but what happiness you'll find I not know. Methinks she has done a strange, mad thing.
Oh, what's the matter?
She's married, sir.
The devil she is.
Being so. She said those that she fancied cared not for her, therefore she resolved to bestow herself and fortunes on a secret lover. A gentleman you know, sir, the worthy Mr. Spendal.
What? Damnation! That rake! That bully sharper! Damn it! Damn it!
Oh, here's a note where they are. She desires to see you.
Tell her I esteem her so much, I'll cut the rascal's throat she has thought fit to call a husband. I'll do it, madam, though I'm hanged at the door. 'Tis the only way I can express my love to her now.
Well, word I were gone. I'll tell her, sir.
Married? And to Spendal? Oh, that I could despise her. Ha! I find 'tis worse with me than I thought. Oh, what makes this gnaw at my heart so else? My fellow libertines will laugh to see me play the fool and kill myself.
Sir, there's another lady out of a coach coming upstairs.
Blockhead, tell her I desire she would break her neck down again and oblige me in riding post to the devil. My coach, there.
Oh, my nose! My nose! Oh, I should have thought to have had a reward for my news. And so I think I have. Oh, my nose!
Where's Sir Francis? Did you tell him I was coming up?
Yes. And he says you may go to the devil, and flung into his coach stark mad.
Much of passion shows much of love. My coach shall follow his. I'll not leave him so.
Act 5, Scene 4, Sir Charles Beauclair's house.
I must confess I am a fool enough to be pleased with Sir Francis's concern. But oh, my uncle's troubles draws a veil upon my rising joys and damps all mirth. Poor Bellinda. With much ado, I have persuaded Sir Charles to come hither for half an hour and look into this unlucky piece of matrimony.
Oh, madam, they are coming.
In then, in!
Give me a glass of wine, Mistress Bride's long life and lasting happiness.
Thank you, sir. Give me a glass, you.
To me, my love,
Yes.
yours forever.
Lord, child, you drink too much wine.
Pray be quiet. I'll drink what I please. I am married now. Why, sure, I'll have none of your tutoring. Ecod, I'll long for everything I see, shan't I, you?
I and have it too, my dear.
Ecod, I'll long for green peas at Christmas, so I will.
Oh, me heart aches. This great concern has made me sick. Oh, give me a glass.
I am my mother's own daughter. Faith, I dare confess it now. I always used to be sick for a glass of wine.
Sure, the wench is mad.
Ah, dear ladies, go in. 'Tis somebody from Sir Charles, I believe. I would willingly speak with him first.
Aye, let's go in. There's more wine within.
Be sure you make your estate out plain.
Yes, yes. Harkye, Lywell. Carry him out of earshot, lest it should prove a dun.
Warrant. Come, ladies, will in and take a bumper.
Oh, la, you make me so blush.
Boy, open the door.
What? Grown so great already that I must wait half an hour for admittance?
He is from Sir Charles. I'll speak of affair. Sir Francis Wildlove, your very humble servant. I beg 10,000 pardons.
Keep your fawning and bestow it on fools. 'Tis lost on me, and will be grossly answered. I tell ye, you are a rascal.
Poverty makes many a man so, sir.
A presuming rascal! Do I not know thee for the dreg of humankind? And shall thy detested arms receive her virgin beauty's wit and sweetness, the only woman upon earth I could have loved?
Sure you design to banter me. Soul of wit and sweetness. The devil might have her sweetness for me. 'Twas her money I married, faith, Sir Francis. I always took her for a fool.
Profana! This last action only calls her judgment in question. Thy death is justice, first to deceive and then abuse her. Draw!
I will draw, though, gad, I would have sworn to never have fought on this occasion.
Nay, madam, I'll not disturb your mirth, but be so calm to wish it may continue.
What's the meaning of all this? How came Mistress Beauclair here?
Oh, are you not married to this lady?
No such honor was ever designed for me. Lord, sir, I am married to Miss Peggy, Lady Beauclair's daughter. My fool's within. Now I hope I may call her so.
I doubt, Sir Francis, you counterplotted me, knew the truth, and only acted this concern?
No, by heaven, nor perfectly my own heart till this severe trial searched it. Did I dissemble, madam, your sense would soon discover it. But by my soul, I love you truly, and if you dare venture on me, my future life shall show you how much I honor you.
Can you then leave all the pretty city wives, which a man of your parts and quality in a quarter of an hour's siege could overcome? In fine, all the charming variety of what was pretty or agreeable in the whole sex, and be confined. Now that's a hard word to me.
Though with more delight than those surfeiting joys that always left a sting behind them afforded.
Well, sir, if you can give me your heart, I can allow you great liberties. But when we have played the fool and married, don't you, when you have been pleased abroad, come home surly. Let your looks be kind, your conversation easy, and though I should know you have been with a mistress, I'd meet you with a smile.
When I forsake such charms for senseless mercenary creatures, you shall correct me with the greatest punishment upon earth, a frown.
You'll fall into the romantic style, Sir Francis. Mr. Spendal, shan't we see your bride?
Yes, madam. And I hope your ladyship will prove my friend to Sir Charles.
I will all speak of ye. Had she missed ye, there was no great likelihood, as the case was, she should have done better.
Where is the pretty miss? Pray, conduct us to her.
Sir Charles will be here presently. I long to hear my aunt set out the greatness of the match.
This way, sir. Is this the house, Eugenia?
Yes, madam.
Well, thou art a lucky girl to recover my writings with such speed.
Madam, the squire would have parted with a limb if I had required it.
Madam, it was your promise, whenever you possessed your fortune, though I'm sure I never insisted on it, you would be mine.
I have no occasion to break my word, Mr. Beaumont.
Then I'm happy.
Mistress Eugenia, will you inquire where these bride folk are?
Oh, see, madam, they are coming.
Will the squire be here?
Yes, madam. I told him of his cousin's marriage, and he seems pleased his sister has been tricked.
Lord, what do you bring one to these folks? They'll do nothing but jeer us.
Oh, my dear, carry yourself civilly, and everybody will love you.
Sir Charles will be here presently to wish you joy, madam.
Oh, so then we shall have noise enough, but I'll be as loud as he, I'll warrant him.
And louder too, or I'm mistaken.
Niece, why have you dragged me to this unwilling penance? If the girl is ruined, what's to me? My thoughts are full of something else.
My uncle, my father, and my friend, yet the names do not express half my tenderness. The best guardians and of men, pray change your thoughts of travel. I'll study 10,000 things for your diversion.
Not Angel's eloquence should alter mine. I'll act the uneasy part no longer. That woman, the bar to all my happiness, by heaven, she's not my wife. 'Tis true, the ceremony of the church has passed between us, but she knows I went no further.
Stay then, and live asunder.
No. So, madam, you've married your daughter.
Yes, what then? He has good estate when his father dies, besides the present settlement and ready money.
Poor deluded woman. He has no estate nor relation worth owning. Mr. Spendal, generous charity induced me to relieve your wants. You have betrayed this young woman, but use her well. Oh, I have no much to say. I suppose they were both so willing, a very little pains affected the matter.
Oh, rascal devil. Have ye married my daughter, and have ye nothing, sirrah?
Ask Mistress Peggy that.
You make one laugh, I vow and swear.
Beast! I don't mean so, but Have ye no estate, sirrah?
No, faith, madam, not I. My wife has enough for us both. And what's matter?
Oh, dog. Come away, Peggy. We'll go to Dr. Commons, and there shall be divorced.
I won't be divorced. I've got a husband, and I don't care. I'll stay with him.
That's kindly said, and I engage you shan't repent it.
Why, Councillor Smart, why, Councillor Smart, did not you tell me that...
Heyday, Councillor Smart. Why, this is a fellow many degrees worse than your new son-in-law. Hark ye, friend. Leave this counterfeiting trade, or you'll lose your ears. Reform, as your friend has done, and marry.
Rogue! He's a smock-faced fellow and handsome. I shall do no good with the women.
Go, begone, devil. Don't disgrace me. I'll meet you at the old place.
Look what a puff the old lady's in. Aunt, you always said you'd match your daughter yourself. You did not desire a cunninger head than your own.
Well, Mistress Flippant, I hope your mad tricks will bring you a bastard home at last. That will be worse.
Nay, madam, spare my niece. She ever was more respectful to you till you abused her beyond all bearing.
Mind not a madwoman.
Your servant Gentils. Oh, la, sister, I hear strange news. Cousin Peggy's married to a sharper, a rake, a bully, they say. I told you so, I told you so. Gadzooks, you would not be warned.
Well, booby, what's that to you, underhead? Poof.
Pox, take your nasty fist. You love fighting plaguily.
Well, 'twas passion. You may excuse it when you consider my afflictions. To make ye amends, I'll come and live with you and take care of your estate and Mistress Arabella's.
No, don't mistake yourself. I'll be a stingy cur no longer, but drink my bottle freely, nor sneak out of the company without paying my club for fear of having my pocket examined by you. Ah! The ghost! The ghost!
Give me thy hand, old boy, and we'll be friends. I am no ghost, I assure thee.
And is not that the hectoring spark, your brother with his monstrous whiskers paired?
Not her brother, sir, but one who hopes to pretend to the lady by another title.
Oh, I find how matters have been carried. Much good may do you with her. Gadzooks, she wasn't fitted for me. I'm a fool, you know, sister.
You must grant me one request.
What's that?
To forgive Gentil. He's going to be married to Eugenia, but shall have no joys without your pardon.
I forgive him, and leave his wife to punish him. She has a fruitful invention. Let him take care it does not one day fall upon his own head. Gentil, I am friends, and will give thee something towards housekeeping.
Thank you, sir.
I'm sure it went to my very heart to fright your worship so.
You are a wheedling baggage, but 'tis all well. I'm contented.
Oh! Save me! Save me! I am pursued by a bloody-minded monster!
Oh, what's the matter? Is it your husband, madam?
'Tis my tyrant, the devil 'tis.
Nay, hold, mistress, don't ye run behind me, odds bores, so I may have the sword in my guts by mistake.
We'll all protect the lady.
Protect! Damnation! Do but hear how vile a thing 'tis.
Hear? What do I hear and see? Why, sure, this is our brother Alan, my sister's first husband we thought dead in the Indies.
What's that? Speak again, but speak aloud, lest I should only catch the sound of happiness and be deceived.
As my damned jilt brought me to a greater plague, my wife? Oh, but I'll own it to punish her, though I suffer an abominable torment till the next fair wind. Oh, the sea's my element. Once there, I'm free. Well, I confess I have found a wife here. Oh, why stare you so? I'm not the first that has thought the sight unpleasing.
No, talk on. Holler, hushed as if a midnight silence reigned.
Oh, who's this? Are you my first husband, Alan? And did you pretend you was dead rather than come home to me, Sarah? Oh, here's a fine greeting.
Oh, your husband? He's mine before heaven. Mr. Flywife, won't you own me, Fabby?
Oh, in truth, I think there's scarce a pin to choose. Oh, but you have disobliged me last, therefore avaunt, strumpet. Come hither, thou natural, noisy spouse.
That shape and face preferred to me?
I'll be revenged of her, I'm resolved.
All amazement. Sir Francis, save the lady, because she was my friend. Return her ring. That may help console her.
Hold, ladies, march off. Here's the bountiful present. Come. I don't not, but you've a private pocket.
The devil take you all.
What miracle is this? Madam, leave your passion and explain it.
Is my own father come again? Oh, law!
Your own father come again, Ola. And I fear your portion is not at your own disposal, miss.
Good Lord, does that disturb ye?
Gentlemen, now your wonder is a little over. Pray let me ask, why all this company, and why that gentleman, who I know not, appears transported?
I'll tell you, sir. 'Twas my hard fate to marry your lady before your death was well confirmed. That kept it some time private, which before we came together, a quarrel from some uneasy temper arose, and I swore never to bed her. But for our friends and controversy's sake, we seem to live like man and wife. Speak, madam, is not this true?
Yes, 'tis true. The more shame for ye.
Yes, sir. Receive her, and with her a new date of happiness.
I guess my future happiness by the past, but since it must be so.
Dear niece, go to my house and deliver up whatever is that lady's.
You'll send to Bellinda.
Myself shall be the messenger. Oh, in my eager mind, I'm already there. Methinks the earth's enchanted, and I tread on air.
So there's one pleased, I'm sure.
Well, brother, you're welcome home, as I may say. Why, here's cousin Peggy, grown up and married since you went.
Oh, what? Oh, is that bud come to the blossom of matrimony? All by the mother's contrivance. A wise business, I believe. Sir, I shall make bold to examine into your estate before I give my daughter any.
Say ye so. And if you give your daughter none, I shall prove a second, Mr. Flywife.
What's that, bold-face?
Nothing, child.
That's a hopeful match. I could find in my heart to lock myself up and never see your ugly faces again.
Let's follow and appease her.
And as we go, you shall tell me what makes Sir Charles thus overjoyed.
I will. And when we have done what he desired, we'll go to Bellinda's. There we shall find my uncle.
Come, Beaumont. Let's see the end of this surprising incident.
How like a dog a man looks once escaped, forced back into the matrimonial noose. Oh, 'tis a damned joy to find the wife I'd loose.
Act 5, Scene 5, Belinda's apartment.
Where's my Bellinda? Oh,
This is unmanly. Not conquer your desires, not obey my positive commands.
oh, stay and hear me. Let me hang upon your knees, for I am out of breath. Oh, sigh not, my fair. By heaven, I am free from any chains but thine, free as thine own clear souls from vice.
How? What mean ye? Oh, rise and stop my growing fears. Where's your wife? Is she well?
Oh, think not so basely of me. She's well and in her husband's arms. Oh, my Bellinda, in her husband's arms, her first and only husband, Alan, is returned.
Forgetting all colder, nicer forms, in thy faithful bosom let me receive such news.
Oh, my life.
Oh, my soul.
Oh, my goddess, my conqueress, by thee forever I am directed.
I know thy honest heart so well. I do not scruple the truth of what you have said.
My goddess, no need, my dearest. See, all our friends come to confirm it.
Joy to my dear Bellinda.
Permit a stranger to rejoice at the reward of virtue and constant love.
Pardon my answers, ladies. When I confess, I scarce know where I am.
Now I can mind the affairs of my friend. Sir Francis, I observe you very assiduous to my niece. Has she received you for her servant, and are you resolved on the truest happiness constancy?
Yes, faith, Sir Charles. I'm the lady's dog on a string, and have violent pantings towards the delicious charmer. I hope she won't long defer my desires, but let the black gentleman I've so long dreaded do his worst. He shan't spoil my stomach.
Are those pantings, Sir Francis? I doubt they have moved your stomach so often till they've quite took it away.
A little forbearance, and such a tempting meal.
Oh, you two are blessed, sir. I read it in your eyes and see the lady with ye.
I fear no danger now, but dying of that pleasing fever called rapture.
To any man's thinking, these an hour going to heaven ding dong. But hear me, ladies, faith. All handsome fellows talk just so before matrimony. 7 years hence, let me hear of pantings, heavings, and raptures. No gadzooks, scarce risings then. I shall live a jolly bachelor and laugh at your indifference. Gadzooks, I shall.
Well said, Squire. We would bring him along, Sir Charles. I think him very good-humoured to this lady, and believe his sister only made him otherwise.
I read in every face of pleasing joy, but you must give me leave to think that mine exceeds, raised to unexpected worlds of bliss when sunk in sorrows and despair. Kind fate beyond my hope, the weight removed and gave me all her I love.